We all know exactly what we should be doing: exercise more, sleep better, be consistent with the team briefing. But somehow, 2 weeks in, we are back to the old ways. The problem is not your willpower or your motivation. The problem is your system. Atomic Habits by James Clear is the most practical book I have read on how to build habits that actually stick and break the ones that are quietly costing you results every single day. Hi, this is Rahul, and you are watching Books I Read, where I share books that help us lead better at work, in the kitchen, in business, and at home. Today's book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book has sold over 15 million copies worldwide, and for very good reason. It gives you a simple, science backed system to build good habits, break bad ones, and redesign your environment so that success becomes almost automatic. Now, why does this book work especially well in India? In India, we are very good at setting goals: New Year resolutions, Diwali targets, new quarter ambitions. But most of us struggle deeply with consistency. We go hard for 2 weeks, feel great about ourselves, and then fall off completely. This book explains exactly why that happens. It is not a character problem, it is a system problem. And it tells you step by step what to build instead. Whether you are running a QSR outlet, a cloud kitchen, a hotel, or a startup, the principles work. You just have to see your team and yourself through the lens of habits, not just targets. Let us start with the first big idea: the 1% rule. The core argument of this book is deceptively simple. If you get 1% better every day for a year, you will end up 37 times better by the end of it. If you get 1% worse every day, you will decline to nearly zero. We do not fail because of one big dramatic mistake. We fail because of small daily choices that compound over time, like skipping the opening checklist just today or letting a hygiene lapse slide just once. Here is an Indian example. In a QSR kitchen, if every team member improves their station closing by 1%, every shift, better drain cleaning, more precise labeling, tighter mise en place, within 6 months, your audit scores look dramatically different. No big retraining needed, just 1% compounding. The second big idea is identity based habits. Be before you do. Most people chase outcome based goals. I want to lose 10 kilos. I want a 4-star rating on Zomato. I want my team to stop making errors. James Clear says this is backwards. Start with identity. Ask, who do I want to become? Then let every small habit cast a vote for that person. Not, I am trying to give better feedback, but I am the kind of leader who gives calm, clear, specific feedback after every shift. Every time you act in line with that identity, even in a tiny way, you are reinforcing it. And over time, the identity becomes true because the evidence is there. Indian example. Instead of telling your team we need to improve our hygiene scores, try shifting the frame. Say, we are the team in this city that takes the most pride in how we close our stations. The language change, if you repeat it consistently, slowly builds a different culture, and culture is just collective habit. Now, the third and most practical big idea: the 4 laws of behavior change. Every habit has 4 components: a cue, which is the trigger, a craving, which is the desire it creates, a response, which is the action, and a reward, which is the satisfaction. To build a good habit, apply the 4 laws. To break a bad one, invert them. Law 1: make it obvious. Design your environment so the good habit is visible and easy to notice. Hide the cues for bad habits. Indian example. Want your opening team to follow the daily checklist? Print it A3 size, laminate it, and stick it at eye level on the station door, not inside a folder in the back office. Out of sight is out of mind. In sight is in habit. Law 2: make it attractive. We repeat what feels good. Pair a habit you need to build with something you actually enjoy. Indian example. If you want your managers to do a proper end of day report consistently, pair it with chai time. Report first, then chai becomes a ritual, not a task. The reward is immediate and real. Law 3: make it easy. Reduce friction for good habits. Add friction for bad ones. The easier the right action, the more often it happens. Indian example: pre-portion mise en place at the start of the shift, so the right move is also the easiest move during rush hour. And if you want to stop checking your phone during briefings, put it in your locker before you walk in. Physical friction changes behavior faster than willpower. Law 4: make it satisfying. We repeat what feels rewarding in the moment. The human brain is wired for immediate gratification, so give your team and yourself immediate recognition when a habit is followed. Indian example: a simple acha kiya in front of the team or a shout out on the WhatsApp group when someone closes their station perfectly 2 days in a row. Small reward, big habit reinforcement. The ceremony matters as much as the compliment. Now, how do you start using this book this week? 3 small experiments. First, pick one habit and run it through the 4 laws. Ask, is it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying? Redesign the environment and the reward, not just the motivation. Second, use habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing one. The format is simple. After I do this current habit, I will do this new habit. For example, after I do the opening walk, I will review the prep schedule with the commiss. Or after I finish my morning chai, I will read one page of a leadership book. Third, use the 2-minute rule. Start so small, it feels almost silly. The goal is not the output, the goal is showing up consistently, not I will work out for 1 hour, but I will put on my shoes and walk to the building entrance. Not I will brief my team for 30 minutes, but I will stand with my team for 2 minutes before the shift starts. The habit of showing up is more powerful than the size of the action. Scale comes after consistency. Who should read this book? Read Atomic Habits if you are a team leader, outlet manager, or entrepreneur who keeps starting and stopping good habits. If you want to build a team culture where consistency and discipline are the norm, not a weekly push. If you manage people and want a language and framework for coaching habits, not just punishing mistakes. My quick rating for books I read: Practical Tools, 5 out of 5. The 4 laws are memorable and immediately applicable. Storytelling and examples, 5 out of 5. James Clear writes beautifully: this is the best written business book I have read. India Relevance, 4 out of 5. Western examples, but every principle translates effortlessly to our context. Reread value, 5 out of 5. Revisit it every time you are trying to build something new in your team or your life. If this episode of Books I Read on Atomic Habits helped you, do like, share, and subscribe, and send it to one person on your team who you know could use a better system, not more motivation. Tell me in the comments, which of the 4 laws are you going to apply first, and which habit are you going to start with? Whether it is something personal or something for your team, I want to know. Drop your book recommendations in the comments too, especially anything around leadership, communication, and building strong teams in the business of food.